I freaking didn't get to use his fucking seal because the fucking douchebag is slow. Now I gotta do 4 runs. There goes my do 4 runs and get the fuck out plan.
Oh, man.
They still have some trusted connections back in the day. It reached out to an old friend from Georgia. In the connection in Atlanta. It's up farther from that road forward. This is one of the most dangerous and vulnerable times. Getting caught walks up forward.
Traveling to Iconway. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I got you. I got a fucking pop. What zone is Ceramic? So I can get M1 there.
Do I have to use gas graffiti or can I use a different weapon?
Yes, you have to use gas graffiti because you have to get the aftermath and hit him with 1K, then 2K, then 3K, or 3K, 2K, 1K.
One fuck.
Yep, you have to exit.
30 seconds remaining.
Quick, cut it! Don't let him
Yeah, it's
go!
cost me like 10 mil.
Wait, 10 mil? What?
Yeah, what zone is Ceramic fought in?
Zalem?
Okay. So that's the one that's on the little island with the fucking dog. Gotcha. What the fuck is King Golf doing?
Man, if my friend was on, he could give me his pop set, and 2 of them cost 3 mil total. He's not on though.
Rune Blue Mage.
How's he?
Now arriving at Ilios.
Nope, can't use one. Wow, that sucks. I'm an idiot.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
I found it.
A rifle initiating. Beacon in place.
The objective is now.
I'm securing the objective.
See you later.
I'm claiming the objective.
Mucho mejor.
Orisa on time.
I will take the objective. Enemies detected.
Ahorita regreso.
This motherfucker is a useless ass white mage.
Apagando las luces. Be right back.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
I'm out of here.
That's some backwoods shit.
I might need this later. See you later. Fire in the hole! Ahorita regreso. Surrender my way. Mucho mejor. Be right back. Gotcha.
Diva online.
How the fuck did that shit not hit me?
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
Okay, Clarence picking dice for no reason.
We're all soldiers now.
I can't believe I fucking bet we can waste
I am
those
taking
items.
the objective. All is going according to plan.
I have Saramea pop, dude.
Yeah, I'll need it. I need a 10. I need a 10 in order to be good. Nothing's responding, man.
Let me take him one out to that area.
I'm doing Tiger right now with
Okay.
I'll be done in just a second. So.
That's fine. I ain't worried about it. How long? You said Mount Xylem?
Xylem is for, yeah, sorry, man.
Okay. I'll have to open Taco and fucking
Everyone heal up.
over there.
What is the pop item for Tenant?
Monkey one?
Oh my god, tell me I didn't fucking warp over there without it.
4, 3, 2,
Oh, I just went to the home point. I ain't warped.
capture the objective.
I did. Gotta try and make it look like I'm doing something, guys.
I do not have my line. Darn it.
The objective is now.
Patched up.
Enemy turret down.
Only through conflict will we
I'm planning my flag on
I
the
can tell
point.
you odds are I probably won't be paying
Enemy
attention.
turret destroyed.
So you'll have to let me know when it's time.
GG.
M1. He's got all that junk. Buffalo corpse. What's up now? Boom. That works. I ain't even gotta do nothing.
Your safety.
You should just totally warp back to the home point in Cardiva Mire and just get straight to Mount Silent.
That's what I'm doing.
Huh?
That's what I'm doing.
Mora is here.
Nobody just won.
Surprise there. Give just a few minutes.
Not yet.
I will be your shield. Get behind me.
Reinhardt at your service.
This motherfucker's over here fucking skilling up. Other motherfuckers over here fucking bot skilling up crafting.
Taking heavy fire.
Area will hold forever.
I found it.
My damage about to go.
Let me turn on fucking because boom. Equipment.
Death walks among you.
Warp ring.
Zenyatta is here.
Items.
Gaze
Seal.
into the iris.
Warp ring.
Death comes.
Taco. Auto disable. Auto disable. Warper. Map view. Alright, we gotta go up, don't we? You want cords or do you have it?
I'm good.
Oh, hey, buddy. I'm here too. This one you can just fucking ass rape.
Yeah.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
Oh,
I will protect the innocent.
My ultimate is charged. Ultimate charging.
There it was. It was frozen again. I heard frozen.
that was not frozen.
Yeah, just keep listening to frozen. And
Don't pass it. Don't pass it. Make sure my inventory is yes, please.
oh, I wasn't even over there, dude. That's good. Are you sure? 100.
Yes.
Okay, I'm passing that shit, nigga. I hope you get it. Okay, cool.
Now I'm 80 out of 80.
Well, at least you got 2 of the kills done already. Thank fucking God.
No joke.
Messing up the secret stockpile. Don't forget about Mr. Wayne. Mr. Wayne has stuff too.
I don't know if he has any bunky ones, so.
He might in his delivery box.
Goat pops up. Got like 5 fucking Sarnia hides.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know what he was doing.
And he got bored or some shit. Like straight up bored.
I'll check, but I don't think he's gonna have it.
Don't like this.
Fuck it, it's worth a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Still shouting. I'm offering 4 mil for the fucking item.
That is way too much.
I know, and nobody's sending me devils. That means nobody has it.
I'm pretty sure somebody right now is farming up that shit.
Oh my god, I can get this real quick. They don't realize to you it's more about the convenience than fucking anything.
Right. I'm not trying to wait fucking half hour. Can't believe that. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
God, man. Come on now. Oh, yo. Didn't I do some dumb shit last on my when I made Karn? I think I did something fucked up.
You're not going anywhere. Enemy turret down.
I can't remember what it was I did that I ended up turning off.
Oh, you already had the item. And you popped it for the item.
And I paid for that shit too.
You paid for it, that's right.
Yeah.
And it didn't drop, and you're like, what the fuck?
No, I went to lot that bitch and was like, what the fuck?
Oh, right.
I done been had.
Clearing the area.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Helden sterben nicht.
This will restore you.
Never.
Slow ass motherfuckers jerking off my goddamn job abilities.
The objective is fire.
This will heal you, leader.
Ever get that feeling?
This is my realm. Restore.
Turret destroyed. Time to raise my ATM. Rally power to I'm gonna shoot you down.不许走。Nerf this. I'm on fire.
Restoring you.
Damn.
Healed up. Bailing out.
Ultimate charge.
Surrender to my will.
Thank you.
Victory.
the game.
Oh my god, yo.
Et c'est comme ça. Did you mean to do that?
Here comes a new challenger.
Did you find a seller?
Yeah,
For how much?
4 mil.
I thought so.
Hmm?
This is a fucking shit and a half show.
Full-size desktops are great for playing the latest AAA games at high frame rates, or if you need the extra muscle for video editing, 3D rendering, or computer-assisted design. But if we're being honest, for most people, a thin and light basic laptop is more than enough these days and comes with the extra benefits of portability and convenience that you simply don't get with a desktop. The real bummer is when you end up having to buy both. A desktop for your gaming or your heavy work, and a laptop for when you're out and about. I mean, why bother having 2 full CPUs installed on 2 motherboards when you can only really use one at a time? If only there was a solution where just by plugging one cable into that laptop you already own, you could extend it with a full-size desktop, all the peripherals and expansion you could want, and even a powerful graphics card. I mean, while I'm dreaming, what if wireless charging was simply built right into a desk? Oh wait, it is. And we did all that stuff. And we're gonna show you exactly how it works after this message from our sponsor, Origin. Origin PC builds custom desktops, like this one over here that we were actually using for a video earlier, and laptops with free 24/7 lifetime tech support and high-quality components like Samsung's 970 EVO M.2 SSD. Check them out at the link in the video description.
How do you enter the thing to get onto the island if you're walking?
Where at?
Tinin.
Tinin? That's,
The dude has the pop. He's at the tombstone, but he can't get on the island.
He has to buy the sea salt or whatever it is.
Yep.
He has to talk about accessing
desktop
the inlets
thing.
And
gig file tray compatible. Very own one cable
like 50 or 500 fucking points.
Is having a compatible laptop. You don't get dual 4K monitors, 10 gig file transfers, and 85 watts of charging through a regular old micro USB port and cable. No, for this to work, you need a laptop with at least one Thunderbolt 3 port, and we would strongly recommend finding one that has a 4x PCI Express lane interface. So Thunderbolt 3 looks like a normal USB Type-C port, except for this little lightning bolt emblem that isn't even always there. So the Thunderbolt 3 port on our 2018 Razer Blade Stealth, for example, is totally unmarked. If you need to double check your device, you can always search for it on the Thunderbolt Technology website. Now for step 1.
White Mage just got hit.
What?
Plan your layout. At a minimum, your desktop is going to need a Thunderbolt 3 hub for everything to run through. Luckily for us, CalDigit was kind enough to send us their flagship TS.
Yeah.
3 Plus, which can provide 85 watts of power. That's enough to charge a MacBook Pro. And it's got enough ports for your peripherals, wired internet, and a 10 gigabit external drive. Oh, also up to 2 4K monitors. Now you could just get a device like this and call it a day with no other parts necessary. But to make our setup really special, we wanted to add an external graphics card enclosure so that our desktop not only makes our laptop easier to use with a monitor and peripherals and you know, lots of ports and all that, but also substantially more powerful.
I'm buying it.
So that ended up making things a bit more complicated. For starters, while Thunderbolt 3 does support daisy chaining up to 6 devices off of a single port, you can't just plug your graphics card into your dock. Unless your eGPU is the first device in the chain, you'll get awful latency at best, and at worst, random crashes or total non-functionality. Okay, so we just switch the order then, right? Laptop to eGPU, eGPU to dock. Oh. So at the time of writing, the odds of your eGPU having 2 ports on it for daisy chaining are pretty low. The only options we're aware of are the Blackmagic eGPU, which only works with Macs, the Akidio Node Duo, which is designed to hold 2 cards, but at only half the bandwidth each, and the Akidio Node Pro, which is exactly what we ended up using. It solves our problems, but it has a gotcha. Even though our TS3 Plus hub can deliver 85 watts of power, your laptop only receives power from the device that it is directly connected to. So in our case, that's the Node Pro, whose Thunderbolt 3 ports can only deliver up to 60 watts of power. So machines with higher power demands, like the MacBook Pro, could end up trickle charging. Fortunately for us, that is not the case for my Blade Stealth 2017. So our journey continues. Step 2 then, choose a suitable desk. As you can see, our finished desk dock is completely stealthed, meaning that even though it's got integrated wireless charging and a freaking graphics card, you can't see either of those things when you're sitting at the desk. And that is only possible because of the planning that we did back in step 1. So we limited our options to ones with enough cabinet space and thickness to contain all of our devices and our cables, with obvious cable management runs for bonus points. This one fit the bill nicely, and we're mostly thrilled with how the finished product looks. But we're gonna stop short of a recommendation here because the desk's build quality is a bit of a disappointment. It's basically IKEA level. It even uses the same dowels and hardware, but it was at least twice what you'd expect to pay at the blue and yellow store, and it is full of little oversights like these holes here that aren't even big enough to accommodate the screws that are included with the desk. Now it's time for power tools. Step 3 is to hide the eGPU inside the desk somehow. Our desk arrived before our eGPU did, but the on-paper specs indicated that it was just a bit smaller than the cabinet. That is, as long as the drawers weren't in the way. So we made room by shortening the drawers. This created an empty space at the back of the cabinet while maintaining the original look. And what's really cool is that these drawers can still be used to hold a couple of pens or like a single banana. When it actually arrived though, we did find out that once you accounted for cables and drawer rails, there really wasn't enough room for the giant eGPU chassis. Fortunately, we were able to extract the parts that matter and then prop them up on a janky frame made out of scrap wood that did fit inside the hollowed cabinet. One more thing, we learned from our last desk project that cooling is super important. So we used a hole saw to bore a 4-fan breezeway, then used fan splitters to connect our fans to the single fan header that was already on the Node Pro's PCB.
Geo said, man, I was just
Step 3 was installing an invisible wireless charger. Now the original plan here was to simply cut a charging pad-sized hole in the top of the desk and then have the exposed pad kind of poking through. But then we remembered, hey, we have a giant CNC router and an Alex. So he programmed a basic design, including a cable channel, and after a couple of test cuts to make sure that this low-quality chipboard didn't just explode on contact with the blade, we were able to carve out a recess for the charging pad to nest into from the bottom, leaving the surface of the desk intact, but as thin as possible to maximize the charging pad's effectiveness. Then we added these classy dots to show you where the heck the thing is. Cool, right? Step 4 was mounting the Thunderbolt 3 hub. So the TS3 Plus has I/O on the front that we wanted to be able to access. So we used Velcro tape on the top to mount it to the underside of the desk. This gives us both a discreet, slick-looking finish and the ability to pull the device off easily instead of contorting our spines in the event that we need to plug something into the back. Step 5, cable management. Our desk did come with cable management holes in the middle, but we added a few more of our own so that we could route all of the cables from the inside of the desk and the cabinet as one low-key umbilical cord behind the table leg. Once you're done then, the only loose cable that you should ever have to interact with is the Thunderbolt 3 cable that you plug into your machine. And this is cool, it can actually go on either side of this divider down here thanks to the hole that we drilled at the back. That means that it doesn't...
What do you mean?
Yeah, I need the Thunderbolt 3 dock, whatever dock they used or whatever. I was reading some of the reviews on those docks, those plastic ones, and they were saying that Thunderbolt 3 doesn't work on some. Oh yeah, the unit. Yeah. I need to figure out how to be able to close the screen but not put the laptop to sleep. I know, and I thought I'd set it, but every time I fucking shut the screen, it turns off.
Matter which side of your device your Thunderbolt 3 port is on. So that's how we did it, but let me show you guys how it works. So first, I have to configure my laptop to not go to sleep when I close the lid. Now obviously I could have set up the desk so that the laptop goes here, and then it just stays open and I could use it as a second monitor or whatever else, but we are going for the cleanest setup.
Okay.
So, once it's powered, I can go ahead and close the lid, and it's not going to go to sleep.
What is it?
Alexandra. In there. Now, we give it like somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds, and our monitor should come to life.
I'll be done.
Our peripherals should... Come on, baby.
We might be in by then, you never know.
There we go. And check this out. If I hop over to Device Manager,
my house where
we might even be able to catch it showing up here. Nope, it's already there. GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. So because this is a quad-core Ultrabook, that means that we are actually in a position where we can play AAA level games on our Ultrabook just with this one cable. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up Rise of the Tomb Raider. One other really cool thing that I don't actually have set up here is that with some of the other high-speed USB ports on the back of this CalDigit device.
I've got this, you know, the paper. It's like a desk thing where you can slide just for people to put papers or files on. It's like flat. I got one of those, and that's actually what the laptop was sitting on. Like, it was sitting on top of that with the cooling pad fan on top of that was sucking air down. So, sucking down into the void where that paper file holder was turned upside down on. Does that make sense? I can screw that to the bottom of this desk and slide the laptop into that. So that would be pretty cool. It would be completely hidden.
Nice. You could also do something.
You gotta, like, did you cool down? That's the lactic acid settling.
Like have a high-speed either
you did not code that.
SSD or hard drive that you've got pre-attached and then just like, I don't know, taped to the top or even just hanging out back there, like plugged into something like this. And then what would happen is even if you didn't have a ton of storage on your laptop, you could plug it in and boom, your Steam library with, you know, hundreds of gigabytes of games would automatically be remapped and then accessible to you. That's something that actually already works fairly well. So let's go ahead and continue our game.
Fucking smart.
Here. So this is Rise of the Tomb Raider running at mostly high. I've got motion blur disabled and a couple of other things that I just kind of prefer. But this is at mostly high details running at 75 70 to 75 frames per second. And the coolest thing about it is actually something that probably won't be obvious to you guys watching right now, and that's this. So my microphone's right here. It's basically silent. So for peace of mind, next time around, I'd probably put an 80mm fan in the back and just have it draw some air across the laptop. But honestly, we left it running for over an hour yesterday in a game, and our CPU never hit above 65 degrees, so it was chilly in our warehouse, but basically at room temperature, you'd never see above about 75. And then our GPU stayed downright frosty with all those cooling fans circulating air in the cabinet. Honestly, the loudest fan in this thing is the one in the included power supply from the Akidio Node Pro. So to do it again, I'd do the cooling fan and then probably swap out that power supply. Silverstone has some really great options for semi-silent units. They've got like an 800 watt that I think the fan only turns on if you draw over like 200 or 300 watts of power. So something like that would make this whole setup not just stealthy to the eye, but also stealthy to the ear.
Goddamn.
All right, so now because we kind of have to, let's fire up Fortnite and have a look at what it thinks will be the ideal settings for our system here. 50% off what? Do I have to pay for that? You gotta be kidding me.
The done off
what is this?
When they've got Idris.
So, it has defaulted us to our... I don't know why there's a frame rate limit. You know what? I'm just gonna do this myself. Motion blur off. No. God, why would anyone want that? All right, not bad. So we're running in the neighborhood of 70 to 80 FPS. I've seen dips down to 55 or 60. Let's go ahead and jump out of the battle bus here. Yep, so around 50 at the lowest as we're falling. So I could probably improve that by dropping a couple things down to medium. But overall, very playable. And remember, this is at 3840 by 1600 resolution running off of a laptop CPU. Super impressed. I mean, I could take his plane, right? Yeah. Whee! Bye, loser. I'm definitely getting a little bit of chop that I wouldn't be expecting. I think there's a little bit more tuning required to get this running as smoothly as I would expect for the FPS that we're getting.
White mate started bitching and complaining when
we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Aw, damn.
Legal told the white mate.
So maybe a couple more things to tweak here.
Your job to the best of your ability.
Now that I've seen this fall down once, some kind of reinforcement so it stays in place better.
Said that?
Probably a good idea.
Sneagle did.
Also, using a mouse directly on a desk surface is not something I'd recommend. If we had thought for certain that there was no way we were going to damage the table, what we would have really wanted to do was route out exactly the shape of a mouse pad and then have it...
Fuck how much they spend, because it's all paid for by sponsors. You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna hook up dual because it supports dual monitors. So I'll hook up my dual monitor setup to it because I have another 2 spare ones, my old one. And we already have. I can't even justify. I just bought the second one for myself, and we have my old one. Oh, yeah, good quality. You know.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
recessed in the table. That's something we'd probably want to do on a V2, but I mean, other than that, I'm super.
She'll use my old mouse pad. I got a new fucking RGB gaming mouse pad.
Proud of the result.
Fucking nice.
Here, I gave James the task of creating the cleanest setup, bar none, and as far as I'm concerned, mission accomplished.
It's the,
I think the only thing left
super
now,
long, the super long Corsair one, where the keyboard sits right on top of everything. So it's just the keyboard and mouse. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. Wow. What the fuck?
I saw that.
I think I'm going to use that computer more than she does. It's going to be my fucking, oh, we got to leave the house and go to your parents for 6 hours? Okay. Grab the laptop in the fucking box.